This video is going to show you one way to make a customized header for your Google form. So we're going to open up a slides presentation, and that's where we're going to make it. So you can just type in slides.new, and that's going to open up a new slide for you, just a blank one. We're not going to pick any of the themes. The first thing we need to do is change the size. So we're going to go to File, and we're going to come all the way down here to Page Setup. And we want the custom option. And we need it to be 1600 by 400 pixels. How do I know that? Because I Googled it. Oops, I should have picked pixels first. 1600, it converted it for me by 400. Okay. So again, I Googled that. I didn't memorize that. I can't remember sometimes. So I just Googled what size is a Google Forms header. I Google things all the time. So I'm going to apply this, and you can see how it kind of looks a lot more elongated. It definitely looks a lot more like a header. Okay, I don't want any of this stuff in here, so I'm just going to delete it out. There's other ways. You can just pick a new blank one. It doesn't really matter. So now I'm starting with like a total blank canvas. So from here, you have a lot of options, and you have to decide kind of what you want to do. One thing that you can start with is deciding your background. So for your background, you could decide to change the color. So maybe I know I want to go with like a black background. Okay, so now that's kind of my background. I could also change my background and choose an image for it. So if I already had an image, I could upload it. I could take something with the camera by URL. If I had photos in there, I could pick something from my drive, but I could also do a Google image search. So maybe I wanted to like do a background that looked like grass. I don't know. We could just search grass. And then you can see you have a kind of all these options for grass. So I don't know what it's going to look like when I actually enter it in there. So let's just pick some grass, and you click on the one you want and you press insert. And done. Here's my grass. Okay, that's one way to do it. And that kind of gives you the background that you want. I'm just going to go back to my black background, but I wanted to show you that you had a lot of options in terms of the background. We'll just start kind of like with a blank one here. I don't need grass in the background. So whatever your form is for, you can kind of, be thematic. So if I'm going to do my get to know you form, I could add some things for that. Or if this was going to be a Google form that you use to administer an assessment for your students, then let's go with that theme. We're going to assess our students. So there are a couple things that you might want to do. You could add pictures, like photos. And so I can go to insert, image, and I can search the web, and you'll notice it kind of pops up over here on the side. And maybe what I want to search is something like I don't know, balloons. I don't know why I want balloons, but let's just say balloons. Oops, let's actually spell it right. So we have some options here. So we can throw in some balloons. Let's do that one. And so when you find the one you want, you click and you can insert. And you can play around with this. Maybe you don't want balloons. Maybe that looks kind of goofy. That's 100% up to you. Okay, so I threw in some balloons. Now, I know Bitmojis are like a big thing. So if you have a Bitmoji already set up, I'm not going to teach you to do that. You should go to the Bitmoji session that is at the Thursday. Or if you want to email me, this is Melissa Strouth. You can just email me and I'll teach you how to do it, but I'm not going to show you right now. I'm going to show you that I already have mine set up. It's an extension. And I can just type in my Bitmoji extension. Let's say I wanted to say something like good luck. Good luck. Like you can see all my options here. So they already say good luck, or I can kind of find something like generic in here. Well, that's a little bit creepy. I have a lot of options. I kind of like this one because I'm really into rainbow. So let's pick this one. And you can't just double click it and enter it. So the Bitmoji extension shows you your options, but from there you can right click. And there's a couple different things, but we're just going to copy the image. We don't need to do anything else with it. We're going to copy it. And then we're going to come here back to our slide, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste. Or I could have just, Control V to paste it. Okay, so here I am. here's my Bitmoji with my little happy good luck. I'm going to move this over here. Oh, I could even put it over the balloons. Oh yeah, let's do that. And then let's say I wanted to add some text. Well, I could add a text box if I wanted to. I could also insert some word art, which is a little bit fancier. So let's do some word art. Let's say, you've got this. Okay. And you can see the default here is Arial and the size. And then I don't really want it like that. I'm going to move it over here. I can also change the font. Let's say I didn't really like that very much. Double click on it. Hello. There we go. And it pops up. And from here, you can change your font. Okay. So I'm going to leave it like that for now because the next step is the important part. Now that I kind of got this going on here, I can just save this as the header. I don't have to do a screenshot of it. I don't have to snip it. I can just go to File, and then I'm going to download it, and I'm going to download it as a PNG. You could also download it as a JPEG. Headers can be either. So I'm going to download it as a PNG, and it's going to give me an option to name it. So I'm going to name it Good Luck, so I can find it easily last time. You can see all the ones I just made for the other part of the presentation. Okay, and I'm going to save it. Now, mine downloads right here. I'm not going to click on it. Just leave it right there because I really like it being right there, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, we're going to open up and actually make our new form. So we're going to say forms.new, and that will just open up a new form. Now, I really do highly recommend actually organizing this and knowing where you put it in your drive, because I like to do that up front. But for the purposes of what I'm showing you, just going to forms.new, it will just put it as a default into your My Drive, just like in the main part. So you can always move it later. Okay, so I'm going to change the header. I'm going to go to the palette. I'm going to press Choose Image. And this time, we are going to press Upload. Now, you can press Browse, and you can pick it from there. So I can just choose it from here. The other option is, you can do both. The other option is, since I saved it down here, I can just drag it, boop, and it loads. You can do it either way. And you notice how we did a really good job with the size. It's like perfect. But like, let's say it wasn't and you wanted to like crop it a little bit, like I only wanted this part, that's totally fine. You can totally crop this. And then you also can add a caption. We're not going to do that. We're going to press done. Okay, and there's my header, totally customized. And again, just like before, you can change your theme color, whatever you want it to be. You can change your font, but that is how you can customize a header in Slides.